Welcome to NFL Nexus. You know, with the draft getting closer every single day, teams are really zeroing in on the players they think can be cornerstones for years. And today, we're diving deep into a prospect who could totally reshape the Chicago Bears defense. A true physical force from Ohio State who just seems tailor-made for what they need.
The whole conversation about this potential pairing, well, it starts right here. While a ton of the media buzz in Chicago has been about the offense, this quote from Total Apex Sports really gets to the heart of a huge need for the Bears front office. See, to build a truly dominant team, you have to win in the trenches, right? The battle on the line of scrimmage. For Chicago, that means finding an anchor for the middle of their D-line.
So to really get why this is such a big deal, we're going to build the case step by step. First, we'll establish exactly why this is a massive priority at Hallis Hall. Then, we'll introduce the man himself, Kaden McDonald, and break down his absolutely dominant All-American performance. From there, we'll see how he's been shooting up draft boards, analyze why he's a perfect schematic fit for the Bears, and then, ask the big question, could he be their next first-round cornerstone?
Okay, so let's start with the why. The pre-draft evaluation process is in full swing, and front offices are finalizing their boards. For the Chicago Bears, even after adding some guys in free agency, the hunt for a premier young anchor in the middle of their defense is still paramount. It's really the key to unlocking the rest of their defense, and it all starts right there on the D-line.
And this right here? This is our first major clue. Kaden McDonald himself just revealed he has a top 30 visit scheduled at Hallis Hall. Now, this isn't just some casual meeting or a quick chat at the Combine. A top 30 visit is a huge, significant sign of real interest. Teams only get to bring in 30 prospects to their facility for these super intensive visits. It means Chicago is using one of its most valuable evaluation tools to get a closer look at McDonald, to sit down with him, test his football smarts on the whiteboard, and just see how he fits with the team's culture. This is a big deal. So, who is this absolute beast of a prospect the Bears are using a coveted visit on? I mean, as one of the most powerful players in this entire draft class, McDonald brings a ton of college awards and even more professional potential. Let's get to know the player himself. Kaden McDonald plays one of the most physically demanding positions on the entire football field. As a defensive tackle, he's in the heart of the battle on every single snap. His job is really twofold. First, be an immovable object against the run, and second, be an unstoppable force collapsing the pocket on the quarterback. For years, he's been the anchor for one of college football's toughest defensive fronts at Ohio State. His journey to becoming a top prospect wasn't some overnight explosion. It was a story of patience and just relentless hard work. He was part of a national championship team early on, but he wasn't the star just yet. He spent his time patiently developing his technique, really honing his craft, and just maximizing his incredible strength in the weight room. So when he finally stepped into that every down starting role for the 2025 season, man, was he ready. He didn't just play well, he completely took over the Big Ten Conference. And this quote, it just brilliantly illustrates his on-field mentality. It really gets to the core of what makes him so special. He's not just a guy taking up space or waiting for the play to come to him. His mindset is all about pure physicality. He controls the line of scrimmage with raw power, shedding blocks and treating every single snap like a personal mission to just wreck the opponent's rhythm. He's there to cause chaos. So let's look at the evidence. When we say he dominated, it's not just an opinion. The numbers absolutely back it up. We're going to walk through the key stats from his incredible 14-game season, and you'll see exactly why NFL teams are so intrigued. Okay, first up, 65 total tackles. Now, to put that in perspective, that number is staggering for an interior defensive lineman. These guys are consistently facing double teams. That's two massive offensive linemen trying to block them at once. In a lot of schemes, a tackle's main job is just to eat up those blockers, to be a human wall so the linebackers behind them can make the play. For McDonald to get 65 tackles himself, that shows an incredible motor, a relentless desire to find the football, and a rare ability to just shed those blocks and get to the ball carrier on his own. But wait, it gets even better. 9 of those tackles were for a loss. This is a crucial difference. It means he wasn't just stopping plays at the line of scrimmage, he was consistently getting behind it, blowing up plays in the backfield before they could even get going. That's the difference between a good player who does his job, sometimes called a space eater, and a true game wrecker. A game wrecker changes the math for the offense, and that's exactly what McDonald does.
And you can add 3 sacks to that. Generating pressure from the inside is one of the most valuable and rare skills in the entire league. Edge rushers are great, but a D tackle who can push the pocket straight backward gives a quarterback nowhere to step up and nowhere to hide. It literally collapses the pocket from the inside out, creating this feeling of claustrophobia for the QB. That disrupts everything, forces bad throws, and those 3 sacks are a clear sign of his pocket collapsing power.
And finally, 2 forced fumbles. This shows he isn't just a run stopper or a pass rusher. He's a genuine playmaker. He has the awareness and the violence in his hands to not just bring a guy down, but to actively attack the football and create turnovers for his team. This isn't an accident. It's a skill, a well-timed punch or a rip that can completely swing the momentum of a game in one play. That's a game-changing ability that coaches just drool over. So the bottom line is his production was just undeniable. When you put up numbers like that, people notice. Voters recognized his sheer dominance across the board, naming him not just an All-American, but a unanimous All-American and the Big Ten Defensive Lineman of the Year. In a conference just loaded with talent, he was seen as the best of the best. A season like that, well, it naturally gets the attention of the pros. College production is one thing, but translating it to the NFL is a whole other ballgame. So what does the league think about him? And how has his insane season impacted his draft stock? This slide shows a clear and consistent pattern of high-level NFL interest. This isn't some fringe prospect hoping to get drafted. No way. McDonald currently has serious first-round buzz. At the NFL Combine, he had formal interviews with a bunch of teams, including the Bears. His calendar, like we said, has those crucial top 30 visits. Draft analysts wildly see him as an early pick, with several big-name mock drafts even plugging him right into Chicago at pick number 25. The league sees him as a top-tier talent, for sure. This is the combination that makes him so appealing to NFL scouts. He isn't just a one-trick pony. He's got that unique, high-floor blend of run-stuffing discipline, meaning he's reliable and stout against the run every single play, and that game-wrecking, pocket-collapsing power. In today's NFL, where teams want defensive linemen who can stay on the field for all 3 downs, this combination is basically the holy grail. As teams look for guys who can start on day 1, McDonald is sitting comfortably near the top of a lot of wish lists. So we have an elite prospect with rising stock. Let's connect this all back to Chicago. It's one thing to be a great player, but it's another to be the perfect piece for a specific puzzle. How does this player solve the Chicago Bears' specific needs and make their defensive scheme even better? His potential impact would be felt in 2 huge ways, creating this domino effect that just makes everyone around him better. In the run game, his presence would directly help out the linebackers, and in the pass rush, his interior pressure would do the same thing for the edge rushers. He is the definition of a force multiplier. Let's just visualize that first point for a second. The guy openly welcomes double teams. That's a rare and selfless thing. Why? Because taking on 2 blockers often means you aren't the one making the tackle. It hurts your personal stats. But McDonald gets the bigger picture. So step 1, he engages 2 offensive linemen. Step 2, by tying them up, he keeps them from getting to the second level to block the linebackers. Step 3, this creates these clean, open highways. And step 4, it lets guys like Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards just fly downhill and make stops for little to no gain. Now for the second point. Beyond stopping the run, McDonald is a beast at generating that steady interior pressure. Step 1, he uses a heavy power rush. This isn't about fancy moves, it's about brute force. Step 2, he pushes the pocket straight backward, messing with its integrity right in the quarterback's face. Step 3, this stops the quarterback from doing the one thing that kills great edge rushers, stepping up in the pocket. With the middle collapsing, step 4, the QB has to bail out and scramble sideways right into the waiting arms of rushers like Montez Sweat. McDonald makes everyone's job easier. So, okay, we have a team with a clear and urgent need in the trenches, and we have a prospect with the exact skill set, the production, and the physical profile to fill it perfectly. What does this all mean as we look ahead to the bright lights of draft night? The connection between Kaden McDonald and the Chicago Bears just makes perfect sense on paper. The team needs a durable, powerful presence. McDonald proved he can handle that exact job at the highest level of college football. The fit is ideal. The interest is clearly there from the Bears. The only question left is whether the front office will pull the trigger. If you're a Chicago fan, you should be watching the back half of that first round very, very closely. And this leaves us with the ultimate question. The fit is there. The talent is undeniable. With all the pieces laid out, could this dominant Buckeye be the newest cornerstone of the Chicago Bears defense? It's a really fascinating possibility to think about. Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive and you want more detailed breakdowns of prospects, team needs, and everything else NFL Draft, make sure you subscribe to the channel right here at NFL Nexus.
Go ahead and give this explainer a like, and please join the conversation in the comments. And hey, before you go, a quick and fun way to support the work we do here at NFL Nexus is by checking out our coloring books. They're perfect for kids, grandkids, and even adults who want to unwind. You can get to them through the link in the description or by using the QR code you see on the screen right now. Thanks so much for watching.